What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute.
I boo-hooed. I said, oh, the club put me in there. No. I put myself in there. I did what I had to do as a Hell's Angel.
You know, my daddy always, if you got in a fight and you came home with a bloody nose, did you hit him back? If you didn't hit him back, Dad put you in the car and took you back over there and told you going up in that yard and get your shit done and be a man.
They got their walls drove through by gangs, by the FBI gang, and all that shit happened to that chapter, right? Like those guys go through their being a big motorcycle club, even sometimes just being a small motorcycle club, you go through your.
A lot of people that have come in have seen definitely a change in the club and the direction that the club is going.
I looked out my window and you could see a body laying out in front. And here's this dude running around up there with just had his sweatshirt on. And he tells me he's a Hell's Angel. Even after all that, I still wanted to join the Hell's Angels.
People out there, man, that are just natural followers. And they just fall right in line with that type of program. But not 1%ers, man. 1%ers don't ask permission.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about this video that was circulating. I think it was a couple months ago, but no one really gave the full breakdown on the video or the whole video. But I found the whole video for you guys, so we're going to look at it. But we got a lot of things to talk about today. There's a lot going on in the news. We're going to go to Canada today. We're going over to Rochester. There are a ton of things to talk about. Shout out to everybody that's watching the show. I really appreciate you. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. We just hit 24,500 subscribers, and I thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you. Really means a lot. Thank you guys. Here to inflate Chat's IQ. It's lonely at the top. Ain't it? Ain't it though? It really is. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. Thank you for bringing humor into the day. Al Rose, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Good morning. Shout out to BC, Canada. We got some things to talk about up in Canada that's going on. One of the subscribers brought to my attention. I had no clue that this even happened, but thank God I got people watching that tell me different things. So, matter of fact, maybe we'll start with that story. Let's see here. So there was a murder up in Canada. It was a Hell's Angel member killed a prospect. And I'll probably do a deeper dive on this situation. So he was killed in prison. The killer was just found dead in prison. And this is a crazy story. So the killer of Hell's Angel recruit, Greg Slewidge, dies in prison. He was only 52 years old. He died Friday at Millhaven Institute after serving just over a year of a life sentence. So he serves a little over a year. All of a sudden, he's gone. One of the men convicted in the murder of Hell's Angel recruit, Greg Slewidge, has died in prison, according to Correctional Services in Canada. Michael Clorix. I'm probably butchering these names, and you know, I butcher a lot of Canadian names. Vaughan, I guess the neighborhood's name is Vaughan, right? They spell it all crazy weird. I don't know why, but the neighborhood is Vaughan. It's like plain and simple. Vaughn. And thank you for all the subscribers that corrected me on that. I appreciate you. So this is the man that passed away right here. And this is the guy that allegedly, he did. He got killed. This guy got convicted of killing him. He was a Hell's Angel prospect up there in Canada. And here's him getting led away in cuffs. So they just found him dead. Just after serving 1 year of a life sentence, he had died on Friday at the Millhaven Institute maximum security prison outside Kingston, Ontario. A news release said it did not disclose the circumstances of his death. So people don't know exactly how he died. In January 2025, a jury in Perth, Ontario, found clerics and Lee Marazzo guilty of planning and carrying out the killing of Slewich, 39 years old, more than 5 years earlier at a legal marijuana farm. Do they have those up there? I guess they do, right? Have those up in Canada? Prosecutors argue that the two had been hired by the Hells Angels Support Club to murder Sewage, whose father is from Ontario, pivotal police officer and a regular anthem singer for the Ottawa Senators, whatever that is. It is also alleged that Clerics was himself a former member of the Hells Angels, according to the Ontario Court of Appeals. Clerics appealed his conviction a week after he was sentenced, but no decision had been made at the time of his death. Clerics' next of kin had been notified, and the CSC will be reviewing the circumstances of his death. But when I find out exactly what happened, because, people talk, and eventually I'll find out exactly what happened in this whole situation. So here's an article when this situation first happened, right? 2 men are charged with murder in the death of Hells Angel member Gregory Sewich. Police have arrested 2 men on suspicion of murder in the death of Gregory Sewich, a member of the Hells Angels. The man, Michael Clerics, 47, and Lee Marazzo, 38, were arrested Tuesday on separate locations. Ontario Police Detective Inspector Chris Landry announced Wednesday they have been charged with first-degree murder in the death. 39-year-old Sewich was found dead on the morning of September 24, 2020, inside an old meatpacking facility that they had converted into a legal marijuana grow op. Officers responded to an initial 911 call and arrived on the property of Scotch Corner Road in Beckwith Township, discovered Sewich's body, which the OPP later revealed had received blunt force injuries inflicted by a hard object. A dark-colored sedan had been seen entering Sewich's property shortly before his death. There was no sign of forced entry at the location. Clerics, a former member of the Hells Angels from Nepean, had drug charges against him dropped in 2017 because the case stalled and took too long to go to trial. In 2013, a judge dismissed the charges over the alleged that Clerics headed a drug ring and earned hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from marijuana and cocaine sales. Marazzo was arrested and charged in the 2020 Project New Haven, a drug bust that resulted in the seizure of cocaine, cannabis, amphetamines, cash. But he was awaiting trial. He has a history of convictions in Quebec for drug possession. He pleaded guilty to assault charge in 2007, was sentenced to 12 months probation and paid a $150 fine. Sewage is believed to have been is believed to have known both men. The allegations against Clerics and Marazzo have been tested in court, but both men appeared in Perth's courthouse on Wednesday for a brief appearance and were remanded into custody. In October, the OPP launched a public awareness campaign and announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and convictions of person or persons who killed Slewich. We received positive response from the community, he said in an interview. It was a 16-month investigation that was supported by the coordinated visual social media campaign. It was a combination of everything: hardworking, dedicated police officers following up on every single lead, investigative tip to bring resolution here today. A $50,000 reward has not been handed out, Landry said, but he added that the investigation into the case was ongoing. A dedicated tip line was set up, and it remained active until conviction is registered. And this is before, obviously, he was convicted, right? We just at the front end of this, they said, our information is before the courts now. Until there is conviction registered, our investigation continues. The OPP investigators were assisted their investigation by officers from the Ottawa police and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, he got convicted with his friend there, and he died in prison. But I'll let you guys know exactly how it was when I find out. Hey, Kurt, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. I'm not really sure how it works over there in Canada in prison. I mean, I've asked a bunch of people. Is it like a bunch of gangs in there? Like, how does it work up there? I know it's a lot different from here. I definitely know that. Social Rejects is in the house. What's going on, man? Windsor News. What's good? Dog fighting. Eagle. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Kurt, what's going on? Big Staxx and crew. Jason, how you doing, man? It's nice and sunny, 85 degrees, and I'm gonna go hit the Blue Ridge Parkway and do some ridge today. That's dope, man. It's definitely a beautiful day. I gotta get out there too. That's the goal, right? Virginia, what's good, man? No Grow, welcome back. I apologize for how that happened. They said free No Grow. I said, let me know if he has a GoFundMe and we'll help him out. They're like, no, he's blocked. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Johnny Weed Seed, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. D2C, what's good? Good morning. Al Rose is in the building. The name's Millhaven. Sounds like it would be an awful prison. Yeah, it does. Shout out to No Grow. I have heard of that place before from some people. Tommy, what's up, man? How are you? Thank you for joining me today. Millhaven is not a place I want to be ever. Yeah, definitely heard about that place before. Darren, how are you? Good morning. The old Don was treacherous as well. Does anybody know how this guy died in prison up there? I mean, this just happened Friday. Does anybody know? Muslims have a strong hold up inside, Bill. Yeah, they do in prison here, but it's a little different. They definitely fight with the gangs in there. And I've seen some pretty crazy fights between Muslims and gang members. Because you can't be both, right? That's just the way it is. That's the way they do it in prison. You can't be a gang member and be a Muslim and ride with the Muslims. I mean, I guess you could practice it if you are, a member, but it's kind of like its own, and people will probably get mad about this, but it's kind of like its own gang in there. They stick together, they fight with each other, they do all kinds of shit, they reprimand each other, so they operate in the same type of way. It's pretty wild, but they are deep. They're deep in there, 100%. Yeah, so there was a situation that just happened out here in Connecticut, in Cheshire, where 6 officers were hurt. Let's see if I can get it. Hey, I just got a Cash App. Thank you so much for the Cash App, man. I appreciate it, Jeffrey. You have no idea. I put the money right back into the show. Let me get this picture for you guys. This just happened. Oh, I got another crazy story for you guys. Almost forgot. So this is off the coast of Australia, I believe it was. Listen to this crazy shit. So a boat was found, right? Off the coast of Australia, and the fucking police intercepted it. Can you guess who was on the boat? Any guesses? You guessed it. It was a motorcycle club member trying to flee the country to avoid prosecution. Police charge yacht crew with smuggling wanted fugitive out of Australia. Police in Western Australia have arrested 3 people in connection with an alleged attempt to smuggle a wanted fugitive out of the country on a sailing yacht. The plot centered around legal troubles and an alleged motorcycle gang member from Queensland who had outstanding warrants for his arrest on drug trafficking charges and returned to prison order. The police were also looking to question him in connection with multiple suspicious crimes. An organized crime group is suspected of making arrangements for the fugitive to get out of the country, according to police. 2 suspects in their 40s and a man and a woman picked up the newly bought sailing yacht in Perth, Australia, in May and sailed it to Exmouth, a remote port in Western Australia's coast. A 3rd woman picked up the fugitive and delivered him to the boat ramp at the port, where he met up with the yacht. Together, the small crew and their passengers set off for foreign shores in Indonesia. According to Australian authorities, on Monday, police tactical response force intercepted and boarded the yacht at a position of about 45 nautical miles off the coast of Exmouth. Inside an Australian territorial seas, they detained the fugitive and both crew members. The driver who was delivered the fugitive in Exmouth was arrested the same day. So you guys know, he must have been ratted on, right? There's no way that they just came across this boat and figured it all out, right? Somebody told on him. Somebody that knew the plan. The police knew. They probably had it all ready, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just let him go out. We'll just watch it," or whatever the fuck they did. But somebody told on this guy. There's no possible way that they did all this by themselves, right? So on Monday, they boarded the yacht. They grabbed him, right? The 2 crew members were charged with people smuggling. The first time that statute has ever been used in Western Australia. So they never used that charge before. The court refused their bail application, and their next appear 2 charges on June 15th. We are grateful for our colleagues at the AFP and Western Australia Police Force who worked with us to locate the wanted Queensland man. Queensland Police Detective Service Inspector David Barron said in a statement, "We have zero tolerance for anyone who participates in trafficking of dangerous drugs. As demonstrated in this case, we will hold the alleged offenders to account." Illegal biker gangs play a substantial role in Australia's prolific, lucrative drug trade. They tend to operate and distribute side of the business in partnership with foreign organized crime groups. They handle inbound wholesale smuggling operations, notably Mexico's Sinaloa cartel. Australia is the world's leading consumer of cocaine per capita. It used to be the United States, but I guess now it's Australia. I mean, that's how it goes, right? It's probably like a cycle. Like they follow the trends of whatever the U.S. is doing. I mean, this is what the U.S. They were known to be the biggest consumer of cocaine in the world for a long time. But now I guess it's Australia. And they have some of the highest prices for drugs to be found anywhere. The highest profit margins in a single $2,000 kilo of cocaine successfully smuggled into Australia can be worth more than $200,000. So they paid $2,000 for it, and it's worth $200,000 when they get it to fucking Australia. That's insane. It says, depending on the current market conditions. That is a crazy markup. I mean, you can't fucking make that up. That's insane. So in other news, if you guys aren't aware, Bobby Salazar, we talked about him before. Bobby Salazar is the restaurant owner. He owns Bobby Salazar's. They do tacos and all kinds of shit like that. He was arrested for hiring this motorcycle club member, the Screaming Demons Motorcycle Club president, to burn his restaurant down. So he has a trial date set, and it's coming up very soon. And it's alleged that he is going to cop a plea. That's what people are saying, that he is most likely going to cop a plea. Judge set Bobby Salazar's alleged arson trial in Fresno. Could a plea deal be coming? Federal judge set the date on Wednesday for a trial in the case of alleged arson by Frisco restaurateur Bobby Salazar, who was accused of hiring two people to burn down his troubled location in one of his eateries. Salazar, 64, pleaded not guilty last year to 6 counts, including 4 counts of mail fraud, two arson charges in the U.S. District Court, where he's accused of hiring head of the Screaming Demons Motorcycle Club to set fire on April 2nd, 2024 to his vacant Bobby Salazar's restaurant, Blackstone Avenue, south of Shields Avenue. Salazar did not speak during the court appearance on Wednesday before the magistrate, who set the arson trial for April 6th. So it must be going down next year, right? The same date was set for the pair accused of taking money to set the fire, Thomas Quills and Shiloh Badali. Both had pleaded not guilty. U.S. Assistant Attorney said during the hearing he expected to offer a plea deal in the case involving all three within 30 days, assuming the case makes it to trial. He estimated that it would take about 2 weeks. He said he wanted to set a trial date in the attempt to avoid any delays. You got a lot of time. You're getting about 10 months, the judge said, to make up your mind. He's out on bond, too. Both Salazar and Qualls have other trials in unrelated cases, each for illegal gun possession. The judge also set dates for those cases after the arson case. Salazar remains out of custody on a $1 million bail. Quails and Badali are both in custody on Wednesday in jail, issued jumpsuits and handcuffs. Damn. So, and you know they're probably going to talk, right? The alleged arson at Bobby Salazar's restaurant. Prosecutors alleged Salazar paid Quills, president of the Screaming Demons Motorcycle Club, and Badali $10,000 to set fire to the restaurant. Salazar had increased in insurance coverage on the location when it closed in January 2024, when it burned in April 2024. According to prosecutors, the building was being used for storage before the fire. He went on to collect almost $1 million in a payout after the fire, according to allegations. Court records. Prosecutors allege Salazar used insurance payout to make condominium payments in San Francisco, owed taxes, and a $500,000 loan. Salazar's salsa company continues to operate, as does Tower District location of his restaurant, Olive Avenue in Fresno, as the trial continues. And he's made videos like "We're on fire" and all this shit. Like, they're gonna play all that at the trial, and it's not gonna look good for him. He has at least once appeared to mock the arson accused in a video on his restaurant's social media platform. The 4 mail fraud charges carry each a potential of 20 years, and the arson carries 10 years in prison. A 5-year sentence would be punishment for the conviction on arson, which he also faces. Each count carries a fine of $250,000. So I'll let you guys know more information as that becomes available too. So the guy that paid, right, he must have took that money that he made and bonded himself out. He bonded himself out with $1 million. You believe that shit? $1 million. I mean, that no normal person could just come up with $1 million. It's insane. Johnny Weeseed, Al Rose, what's going on? Virginia Chaos, appreciate you. Who else we got in the building? OPP is corrupt as fuck. Definitely. I keep hearing that a lot. Oh, I got some news about that. No. I sold the Triumph, but I got a Harley. So stay tuned. I did. I sold the Triumph. Herman, what's good, man? If you go to jail in Canada, you come to BC, pickleball gym, pool tables. That's crazy. I've never been to a prison that has pool tables and shit. Never. I got sucker punched because the guy wanted to go to a different unit. Blindsided. Yeah, that's fucked up. I thought something fell out of the fucking ceiling. You're like, what the fuck was that? You didn't even do shit, right? Like you didn't do anything to cause that shit, right? That's crazy, man. People are nuts. It was me. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, man. I apologize for that. Shout out to Virginia Chaos for the donation. Thank you so much, man. The dingleberries. Don't worry, we're gonna be talking about the dingleberries probably next week. Mile High Magic, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Happy Thursday to everybody. Let's see, we got a couple more things to talk about. So yeah, there was a kind of like a riot, right? In the Connecticut prison, and 6 officers were hurt. This is a total separate situation of the other one that just happened too. Let's get to the video, because you guys got me wanting to go ride now. Gotta go. Anyway, let's get to the video. I want to show you guys this video. This video circulated for a while, right? Little clip of this video circulated. I'd never seen the whole thing until now, and I got it for you guys. So we're going to take a look at this. First, it's a little clip, and then boom, I play the whole video for you guys. So let's see what we got here.
I pulled a gun on us.
All right, so a lot of people seen this, right? You've seen this clip right here, little clip. Now, this is out of North Carolina. I'm not sure. It must have been, I'm speculating, right? That it was a night out at the bar. These guys are all out there. I think there's like a group of like 5 or 6 HAs together. And they're down in the district where they all drink over there in South or North Carolina. And something transpires. And this is like a cops type of show down there. And let's take a look. Fair use.
The big guy pulled the gun on us. Gun on us. Pulled the gun on us. Pulled the gun on us. Which big guy? He was just right there. I showed you other officers. He was just right there. I showed you other officers.
I think they'd probably get in trouble within the organization for that, right? I mean,
Okay. Yeah. He was just right there. I showed you other officers.
hey, Keegan, what's good, man? That looks like another prospect as well. Now, listen, I'm not involved with any clubs. This is a public TV show. I mean, I don't know if they knew that they were filming it. I don't know what happened. Billy, what's good, man? Thank you for joining me today. That's one of the members, right? And the older guy, he was either stabbed or something. I don't really know. Another guy comes and he's like, yo, where they at? All right, we're just going to go talk to him. He's like, hold on, we're just going to go talk to him. Watch this.
I just got called down from the club because I'm
towards the end, right? I guess this is one of the bouncers. This is my uncle, man. So this guy brung this other guy and he's like, where they at? Who? Point them out, right?
trying to point them out so the police can get them.
Yeah, keep saying, who?
Man, this is my uncle.
Look, an owl. Where the owls at today? Police. Whereabouts in North Carolina? Bourbon Street? I'm not really sure exactly where it is. They said it was on Bourbon Street. It's like a bar district or something like that. I'm not really...
Take out warrants.
So... These guys, the guys that were just across the street, want these guys' information. That's crazy. They can't do that, right? They can't just give them their information. You hear that? Well, in a lot of cities, their street names the same, and pretty much it's in Wilmington. Jason says there's street names the same in every single state. They have the same exact street names in every single state. I'm sure there's a part of town that has every state name on their streets, right? Louisiana Avenue, New York Lane, or whatever the hell. Minnesota and Illinois Avenue. Every single state has the same thing. I don't know if every town has the same names on the street, but if it's a pretty big town, they pretty much have the same types of names on each street. So what do you guys think about that? They can't give these people anybody's name, right? I was eating lunch. this evening on Bourbon. The cops look. I guess it was in Wilmington, North Carolina, on Bourbon Street is where this allegedly happened. So they want to take warrants out on the Hells Angels. It's crazy. Never heard nothing like it. So a lot of people were showing that clip in the beginning, but I've never seen the full video until now. So I wanted to show you guys the full video so you guys can make your own judgment. Let's see here. All right, we got another case to talk about real quick. A man killed in motorcycle mishap in county connections, whatever that means. In the midst of Memorial Day celebrations, a 20-year-old man who was admired and well-liked in his hometown of Harbor Creek, PA, as well as his workplace in French Creek, was tragically killed in a motorcycle accident. On the afternoon of May 25th, Tyler Storricks died after an SUV crossed into the path of his motorcycle. Tyler was a ball of energy, said Fairfield Hose Company. He always kept things light. He always smile, practical joker. He was a loving guy, fiercely loyal to his family. Prayer service is going to be held at 10:15 a.m. Saturday. I mean, that's sad. A young kid riding a motorcycle in a fucking SUV cross the fucking line and kills this young kid on fucking Memorial Day. On top of it, I mean, it's just crazy. So a man is charged in fatal shooting outside St. Louis biker bar. I got a video to show you guys on this one. Let me wait for the ads to finish playing, and I will play you guys this video. But there has been someone charged. All right.
After shooting, one man is dead after shooting at a biker bar in North St. Louis. I mean, take a look at the police response here as our photographer was out there overnight at the scene at Bikers Corner Cocktail Lounge on North Vandeventer Avenue and North Market Street. This is in the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood. Police there on scene say they were called out for a shooting just before 2 o'clock this morning, where they found a man there on scene with multiple gunshot wounds. Right now, police tell us they are working to track down the person who pulled the trigger.
Grainger offers professional-grade products, easy.
It seems like a lot of things happen over in St. Louis late at night when people are drinking at this at bars and shit. It's just crazy. You see this crazy shit? Jennifer Lopez's daughter changed her name. To Oscar. Thinks she's a kid. She thinks she's a guy now. She changed her name to Oscar. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with the world today. Like, I mean, people could do whatever they want, but that doesn't mean other people have to accept it, right? We don't have to live in other people's delusion. Am I right? I mean, I'm not going to participate in any of that shit. You want to be delusional and fucking make pretend all this crazy shit's going, then you do you. But I'm not going to participate in it. Did you guys see the deadly toll booth crash that happened over in Florida? A drunk driver hit a toll booth and killed a toll booth worker. I'm going to play you guys a video about that. It's pretty wild. Sad situation. I mean, this chick is drunk driving around. She straight plowed through this toll booth where this woman was working, and it's crazy. She just kept going. Ah, shit. We got ads. Let me see. All right. I think I got it. So let me do it. But anyway, she got arrested on the beach, and it's just sad, man. Don't drink and drive. Fucking terrible thing to do. Because you never know what could happen, right? Let me see if I could get this picture for you guys. Yup. All right. A wannabe Uzbek mobster staggering $4.5 million Goodfellas scheme, cigarettes and high-end cheese, copper wires, it says. This is a crazy story. So this guy's a wannabe mobster, I guess, but he fucking had a $4.5 million scheme. A crew of Uzbek wannabe mobsters allegedly pocketed $4.5 million in high-end cheese, cigarettes, and other goodies from warehouse across Northeast. In a scheme straight out of Goodfellas, law enforcement officials said on Wednesday alleged leader, Morad, his name is, and 7 other cronies were hit with sweeping conspiracy and grand larceny indictment in Manhattan after long-running probe had uncovered at least 6 cargo thefts. So these guys were targeting, like, the big shit, right? Instead of using old-school mob-style stick-up playbook, the knockoff gangsters use modern technology, hacking into computers and creating forged paper trail to fraudulently land hauls without ever needing to point a gun, prosecutors said. Profits of the stolen goods, which included 25,000 pounds of Parmesan. 25,000 pounds of Parmesan cheese. That's insane. And a bunch of other cheeses, right? Allegedly helped this man and his cronies live out their high lifestyle in Ocean View Digs in Brighton Beach, Coney Island, Brooklyn, driving luxury cars and flashing wads of cash in the clubs. These guys acted like they watched every mob movie ever made and accumulated American gangsters. The Hollywood version, one law enforcement official said. The great American dream, Cosa Nostra style. The cops busted a surprised Kazanvok. I can't even pronounce that shit, his name. They busted him early Wednesday after raiding his glamorous Surf Avenue high-rise apartment, which boasts balcony overlooking the slightly less posh Coney Island boardwalk and Nathan's famous hot dogs flagship. Seizing boxes of records, computers, and phones, sources said. They later charges stem from a joint probe in Manhattan District Attorney's Office and the Port Authority and the NYPD. 5 other alleged thieves with various of varieties have been busted in previous probes and are being held in federal immigration agents. Face warrants for their arrest, records show. These guys can't even speak English. And they are right out of Central Casting, a source said. The Ring's 6 alleged heists between October 2025 and April hauled in, according papers, $165,000 worth of lamb, $266,000 worth of copper, $295,000 worth of beef, $432,000 worth of cheese, $3.3 million worth of cigarettes. The wise guys worked with the unnamed organized crime syndicate to infiltrate the day-to-day shipping process and impersonating legitimate trucking carriers, winning shipment bids, court documents state. So they sold these to legitimate companies with their bad paperwork. The syndicate would fraudulently store information for specific shipments, while they would pass falsified documents to his driver pals. The drivers would then show up to the pickups in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and pose as carriers and make off with the shipments. So he would make fake paperwork, and his drivers would go there. They would load the truck, and they would just drive away with the shit. This was very disturbing here, is what the victims, the owner of the goods, and the legitimate shipping companies had no idea that this was occurring until the damage is done. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said at a press conference he announced the bust. We believe that 6 of some of the food was meant for grocery stores like Costco's, for example. When the food order goes missing, the shelves are empty and prices go up. So what's that mean? Everybody else got to pay for this guy's bullshit, right? The stolen goods were ultimately diverted to NYC, where he and others would sell them on the black market, or at least try to, court papers say. The breathtaking catch in stolen cigarettes originally headed to Tennessee, but ended up in a Bronx warehouse where the NYPD and Bronx District Attorney investigators confiscated them in April while serving search warrants. So I wonder what would happen to all those cigarettes. Are they going to just destroy them all? Like, so nobody gets them? They get destroyed? Do they give back to the company? The trail of evidence, from WhatsApp messages to shipping bills and photographs, all ultimately led to this man and his gang, court papers said. Several incriminating pictures showed them load looted lamb in a 2025 Range Rover, negotiate sales of stolen copper in Brooklyn scrapyard, and stand outside in Bronx warehouse filled with cigarettes. According to the documents, they pleaded not guilty at their arraignment. Were giving supervised release. What? They gave them supervised release? But prosecutors argue that he's pleaded not guilty and should be held on $1.5 million cash bail. His attorney tried to downplay the criminal problems, including Interpol Red Notice, where he is wanted for fraud. He works in food sales business, which entire courtroom laughed when they said that. He works in the food sale business, and the whole courtroom busted out laughing. He was ultimately ordered held behind bars pending his June 11th hearing about his bail application. And I'll let you guys know more information as it becomes available. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. There's a lot more content on the way. Don't forget, 10 o'clock tonight, there's a new interview. Hey, John Bisbee is in the house. Shout out to John Bisbee. Appreciate you, man. Thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. Vlad, how you doing? The Russian neighborhood on Coney Island, 100%. Bricks of cheese. Times are changing, man. Cigarettes are easy to sell. Yeah, they could have sold them in the bodegas, right? All native cigs, you can buy $23 a carton. Yeah, but they're not the same. They're not the same as regular cigarettes, man. I guess you could get used to them for that price, right? Shit. For that price, you could buy 4 for $100. Shit. I'm really thinking about quitting smoking. I'm gonna make a real effort to try to quit, because it'll do nothing but benefit me to quit, you know. Hey, Aussie, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. But I appreciate all you guys. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chat with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin With Staxx. Every dollar helps. It goes a long way. I put it right back into the show, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support. You can donate through Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Go subscribe to Patreon and check out Spotify. I'm redoing it all, so go check it out. There's content up there right now, and the low one, it starts at $3 and it goes up to $10. So thank you guys all for your support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.